It's been decades long that there are only a few handfuls of liquor and beer producers running the business in Thailand. This creates so-called oligopoly, or a state of limited competition in which the market is shared by a small number of producers and sellers. In the House of Representatives, they got a movement to pass the progressive alcohol bill in hope that the market will be open for more players and could break the oligopoly. The Nation Roundtable today welcomes two guests who will discuss what's going on with the draft bill and if finally will it be finally passed and what impacts the country will have if the draft bill takes effect. Today we haveคุณเท่าพิภพลิมจิตรกรนะครับคุณเท่าครับ an MP
สวัส
from
ดีค
Move
รับ
Forward Party who has campaigned for the bill since the past 3, 4, 5 years. So you've seen his face a lot on the media. And also คุณนิก Anuman-Rajadhon, co-partner of Teens of Thailand, Asia Today, Tech and Issan Rum Distillery. โอเคครับสวัสดีครับทั้งสองท่านอีกครั้งหนึ่งครับสวัสดี
สวัสดี
ค
ค
รั
รับ บ สวัสดีครับ
Greetings.
Hello.
Good morning.
There's a really big movement and in the news to discussing about this. It's called progressive alcohol bill. คุณเท่าครับ can you just explain to us the essence, the significance of the progressive alcohol bill? What is its significance?
So the shortest explanation would be like this bill will help whether you're poor or rich, you can produce alcohol and you can obtain permit equally. So it's make people really equal to the face of the law. So this bill will abolish the minimum of the capacity to produce alcohol, any kind of alcohol, whether it's beer, sato, Thai rice spirit, or any kind of spirit. So and it's abolish the capital, the legislation capital of the company too, and also the horsepower and also the manpower that some of the law in the ministry they have the cap, but like example in Lao Khao or Thai spirit, if you are like a very small like a villager that we call like Sula Chumchon community distillery, you cannot your distillery cannot exceed 7 people and 5 horsepower in your distillery, so that limit the growth of the industry and that distillery.
I see ครับ Can you tell us what's going on in Thailand now? That in the Thai market there are only a few players, big players, but also we like to see more smaller producers and also we can do the export. And when you mentioned about this, you also mentioned about producing the craft beer or alcohol for the local is like an art. Can you explain more about this too?
Yeah, in Thailand is very famous for season sun and party, and usually like people here love to have fun too, and drinking is has been the part of our long history culture, and in the past people produce alcohol in their household, in their village, in their city. So but the globalization in maybe like 100 years ago, the government tried to control, the central government tried to control, try to arrange the hierarchy of the power in the society. So okay, the king permit this guy to make beer, permit this guy to distill spirit. So the disappearance of the folk spirit is real, and I mean like if we hesitate to change, maybe this is a large generation that you can see like people who pass on their knowledge within the family, who know how to distill a good family spirit in a unique way would be disappear soon. So in this market, people will used to be like these two enormous brewery brand Oh, that is a beer. That is good beer. When I was like 10 years ago, when I taste craft beer for the first time, oh, this is not the beer. So I think because all whole my life I thought good beer is just those two beer in the market. So I think now we try to change the perception of the Thai people that beer could be good and beer could be different than what they're used to doing every day.
Okay, I think it's like awakening, because we've been living like this. We have like 2 3 brands that we taste, and we didn't have the idea that other tastes. So,คุณนิกครับ, as you are a producer, and can you tell us more what's going on in the market?
So, hi guys, Nick's here. So basically, you have to understand certain things about alcohol situation in Thailand. The backstory of the situation is that the whole alcohol industry is run by two big monopolies, two big brands basically that controls a lot of laws and restrictions and regulations. I mean, if you a few words to sum up alcohol laws in Thailand is it's incredibly mental, like stupid and outdated. You have to understand, like, there are certain things that you cannot do in Thailand. You cannot, if you brew a beer, like Kun Taopiphop here, you would get fined and you would get jail time, correct? If you distill alcohol like I do, and if the capacity of the distillery exceed 5 horsepower, you get fined, you get jail time. And that's stupid. It's against constitutional right for us. It's not supposed to be like this. And it was controlled by basically big brands of alcohol. I'm not going to mention any name, but it's basically animals thing, like either the elephant or the other one, which is like something like the old tiger. I mean, this alcohol bill would allow small producers like a lot of people back home that can follow their dreams to enter the market, stimulate competition. They would bring equality, jobs, opportunity, futures. I mean, alcohol itself can help a lot of economy crisis that we're facing right now. So basically, we're in this situation where basically there's two big main player, and they're trying to keep everyone away from competing in a free market, and by using some of the government, and the government is Babylon. I mean, like they're bad, and then like they're just like trying to block everything. So that's where we are now. But to be honest, credit must given to the where it's due. So Kun Taopiphop has done a great deal for alcohol industry for the past few years, and I think it's has been quite far for us that we have come.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. As you're running Tax and Issan Rum Distillery, how do you find other obstacles in running the business? You have to do the export only, and you cannot increase your capacity.
I would feel that if you for example, like if you run a bar in Bangkok, the thing that you would find is the first thing you find is that there's a law that you cannot sell alcohol at a certain period of time. From 2 to 5, you can't sell it, and from 5, you were forced to close down at 11, which is like, what the hell? Like, there's a lot of like question mark around that law. And then if you're making cocktails, you can't change the container or glassware or put alcohol into another bottle because it's against the law. And if basically on top, you can't even change or infuse or age or whatever that allows your creativity to flourish, they block you from that. That's like the tiny bit of the business that we're in, like in terms of bars and beers and wine, everything. And the stupidest of all, I mean the worst one of all, is the regulation on Section 32 that says you cannot advertise alcohol direct or indirectly. That means if I say, oh wow, this glass is decent, and they'll be like, oh, this is like against the Section 32, and you know how much was the fine? It's 50,000 baht. 50,000 baht for saying that, oh, this bottle this is not alcohol, by the way. It's just soda. But basically, it's stupid. So it's very difficult for business to survive. Plus, in this situation, with the industry suffers so much, and this outdated alcohol laws regulation, it's basically nails in the coffin. And if you are producers, you cannot. For craft beer producers, you need a license for 100,000 liters per year. That equals around 10 point something million baht to invest. It's cheaper for them to go outside of Thailand and brew it, let's say in Vietnam, Cambodia, and then pay a little higher, like a lot higher, quite high import tax, around 300% to import the beer, Thai beer produced in Vietnam. Because this is like I mentioned before, it's outdated. The government is mental, and alcohol has been the scapegoat in this country, and it's stupid.
And in this the pandemic time, to the bars and restaurant owners having travel times, and
yes, I think I think this idea of alcohol is a scapegoat, and it's wrong. It has to be stopped. This idea is incorrect. They have to understand that there's nothing wrong with alcohol. You can bring economy by promoting alcohol or by giving alcohol industry a life. Like you don't try to kill people.
I see ครับ so let's get back a little bit to the act the bill คุณเท่าพิภพครับ as your campaigning this a lot and very heavily, and what are your expectations so far? This come very far for this point of the House of Representatives voting to support it, and also the opposition supporting it too. So in your views, that it will finally come out, or you will see another stumbling blocks in the future?
So I know my expectation when it's like other people, like example is like when you sail out to the sea, you want to find a new world, right? So like Christopher Columbus. So when you go for it, you need to get to the shore, somewhere, but I mean like we go and like I talk to my crew all the time, and everyone, every day we closer and closer, right? But now I think it's closer than before, of course, because now we see the shore, right? Before we don't know when it's gonna get to the parliament debate, because my bill was queuing for like 2 years or something, so it's step by step, first like I got arrested, I don't know, I maybe go somewhere else, sail to the sea, become MP. Oh, I find the ship. Future forward is the ship. So I went on the ship, captain it, and then but we never know, right, in the sea that things happen, like the storm, typhoon, and love wave or something that we've been through. And I don't know, even we closer to the shore, anything can happen. But I mean, it's very good that if you saw the previous voting list, many opposition party join our ship, so it's very good that we get some tailwind with us, so I think my expectation, of course, always be this will get passed. And I think the reason is the bill very benefit to people, because many MPs, they are from many parts of the country which are brewing or distilling too. So I mean, for the sake of the people, they would vote pass, or they will face the consequence that you can. It's harder to vote no, because you cannot explain why you vote no. Okay, you are religious, of course, but people will say, you take the money from those two payers to block the bill, right? It will take a lot of political capital to do that. So I think the bill will pass, and but who knows?
Because there are
Let's see
many
in two months.
right. There are many supporting reasons and the views that in support of this bill. Also in the culture, also about economy, also giving more people freedom, liberating the whole society to do. And what you see if the bill passed, the first thing, let's take a look at the economic reason. They're gonna be really helping economy to if the bill pass.
Yeah, I think when it's passed, I hope that they come. I think the first thing it will send shockwave to the entire country and people mindset that this country ready for change. We can change, and we now the normal people can make the thing that rich people can do too. Because in Thailand, we have problem with the equality against the law, because as some incident that the rich kid cash to someone and they die, and they never get arrested or face the consequences. So I think first it's like a psychological in the mind of the people, that people will empowering them to do so, because I'm from the normal people who brew beer and even get arrested and become MP and try to push my dream through. So I hope many people will follow my path soon. And then basically I think in a 5-year term, there will be many changes in Thai alcohol scene, and many brewery or distillery come up at the first year, and then the second year, the third year would be hard for them, and some of them might be closed, but some of them might be thrive. And then after 5 years, I think we will have the settle down the scene. We will create the supply chain, the ecosystem, not only the brewer or distiller, but supplier, the logistic part, and even like the farmer who will grow different hop that suit Thailand, or different barley, and I hope that in 5 years when we settle, the government will push further. Maybe we have some like alcohol beverage institutes to research about yeast and mold and fermentation method or something. So I think it will be getting big, but I hope it sustain more. So but sadly, someone will out of business. Like when it's beginning, because people like alcohol rush in, right? Like everyone try to go cannabis and katom or something. That normal, right? I mean, like people, but it's good for the fever. But I think eventually we will get sustained, and I hope in 10 years we will see like a Lao Khao is a
Thai
word.
brands.
It's a word. It will be go globally. Like 5 years, I think it will go globally, and then maybe the next 10 years, Lao Khao would be the word in Oxford dictionary.
From what Kun Tao just said a moment ago about the prediction in the next 3 to 5 years, that what's gonna happen in the Thai business of this industry. What do you see, Kap Kun Nick, in the next 3-5 years? Going to be more players, smaller producer, we gonna get stronger, or we gonna have more foreign producer coming to Thailand?
I mean, the progressive alcohol, the draft of this alcohol bill, if it's passed, it will change and improve many lives of people in this country. Definitely, there will be more new players. There will be new producers. For importers, there are always new importers in town every 6 months. There's new companies. Oh, we're bringing in this gin. We're bringing in this beer. Always, and you can't stop that. It's the nature of the business. But basically, there's a lot of right reason to support the bill, because it would improve life and it would change a lot of life, and definitely business will be a lot more booming. Like Kun Taopiphop, the MP, he mentioned that it's like there will be certain like gold rush, like alcohol rush. There will be new producers, brewers. I mean, it's fine. It's a free market. It's supposed to be its market, and you have to allow competition. I rather have a competition than a monopoly that basically this government is trying so hard to basically protect the biggest monopolies, and they're useless and they should be ashamed of themselves. I mean, we have to criticize the legislative stalling that we're going in right now for the 60 days, because this laws and this alcohol bill would improve life, and I have to state that so many times. The business will be different, and I mean, for bars, we like to work with local products, and I'm sure like eventually we would establish the word lao khao in the spirit world with better equipment, with less restriction. I mean, right now we cannot do a lot of good things on lao khao because the production line has to be less than 5 horsepower, and 5 horsepower. Let me explain to you what 5 horsepower looks like to you. It's like around 100 or 200 liters of a still, and it's like this big, or basically you only use one a tank of gas, like cooking gas, and that's it. One gas tank is 3.5 horsepower, so you can't exceed 50 bottles per day. And it forces people to do it very small, and you can't grow. When you cannot grow your business, it's very difficult to plan the future, and that's the thing. But I mean, we have never come this far. 4 years ago, we wouldn't even dream that today will come. Now we see the shore. We still haven't got a clue which country or which land it is, but we know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a shore. So basically, thank you, and hopefully one day we would get to see local spirits shine in spirit worlds of, like, I don't know. We just want to see change, and we want to see varieties of spirits. Why can't we age our spirits in Thai? Like, we can't even experiment. That's brutal. That's absurd.
Right ครับคุณเท่าครับ for the 60 days now, what are you planning to do to feel more the belief, or you want to campaign in other ways? You have other new strategies, or you just move forward with this?
Yeah, I mean, like 60 day. Yesterday I have like the motion to the government, right, in the parliament. So I asked PM question in the small room, but then I got a chance to meet the representative of the Prime Minister, Honorable Adusha Nakasai. So he promised me. I asked about like what the process of my bill, right? So and I asked, do I need to go to the government house to explain my bill? Do I have any chance of that? So he promised me, of course you have the chance to, and I make sure you have attend every meeting that they will bring, the government will bring the excise department or the Ministry of Health to look at the bill and see what their opinion is. So I try to defend my bill in the government house, and then of course I will be campaign all the time, and start to do the campaign like harass your MP so everyone can participate on that you can harass your MP and say that how you want my bill. And also I will do as always lobbying everyone in the parliament, because everyone in the parliament will every MP will come to me, like since I was an MP for the very early day. They will come, Tao, do you have some craft beer for me to try? So I said, always like vote for my bill and you will test my bill.
how about maybe some of those are not drinking? So did you find any this opposition from these people who anti-drinking?
Yeah, I mean, like there are one MP from Thai Democrat Party, MP Pisit Liatham, who debates against my bill a little bit. But I mean, I understand his thought a lot because he one of the founder of So, which is like a health promotion funding thing that anti-alcohol basically that use the money from excise tax. So I don't know, it's really ridiculous. But yeah, but surprisingly, he voted against the government to take my bill to the government for the 60 days. So I really surprised. So I could see some common ground on this. Like he want to debate, but I mean, like he understand that it's about like permit, that allow small people to brew the beer. It's not about like we gotta brew a lot of liquor and beer and then like flood จ้าพระยา River with beer. So it's not gonna be much more alcohol than these two big player brewing and distilling nowadays, of course. So yeah, I think he understand. And for those who not drinking, I think I think MP is quite a good all MP is quite good people. I mean, like they really talk to people, most of them all the time, every week, and meet their constituents. So I mean, like they think for other than themselves most of the time. So I think that okay, even they're not doing, but people in their constituent would be benefit from this they all the way through, because if you see the situation of economic nowadays, the price of the commodity is rising up, the unemployment rate, the COVID, and people suicide every day. So if any way that can have chance for people to fight with their life, that even now they're quite struggling right now. But yeah, if it's somewhere, I think every MP will agree with me with this bill. Yeah.
After the bill, this is a major one. After this, if it passed, so we need to work on other laws and regulations too, like tax, excise tax to support the smaller producers. ครับคุณเท่าครับ
Yeah, sure. It's only the first step of change in the alcoholic revolution in Thailand. So because not only the permit is an obstacle, but also the tax too. Because if you imagine the tax, the big player, they brew like a. I don't want to say they are big player. They are enormous player. It's not huge, but they are enormous. So you cannot compete with them in the economy of scale. You cannot even like dream of compete with them with the same taxation. So the next change would be like a progressive taxation. If you do like a small amount, you would you can be pay tax with the different rate or something, and maybe we will look at the alcohol percentage. Alcohol concentrate of the product too. So because it make more sense, because nowadays why the grape wine pay more tax than other anything, because they think why grape wine is for rich people, something like that. So it's really a logical thing. So I think we will change and make it more sensible in a way, and so the taxation, progressive tax that we think, and also this decentralization of the taxation. Also, we would like excise tax to go to the regional government, so they can use for their education, public transportation, or health, public health department. So because now the centralized government kind of take everything, and the excise tax and go and buy submarine, buy tanks, So I think, and all the policy about like giving pension to the old people, they always use the local government budget. So the local government that directly elected from the people, they never have any budget to develop their do their own policy. So in the part of the big picture of move forward party dream, we try to empower the local government and try to find some way of the incomes to supplement their budget, so they can make their local or their municipality better. And I think it's very good way. In the future we might be amend this bill that I am amending now too, because we can try to change the department that look for the permit to be the local government instead of the head of the excise department. So I think it would be like a decentralization. And if Thai Muslim people in the 3 deep south province of Thailand don't want to have this, so the local government they will be reject all the permit there. Right? So it's up to them.
Right.
Yeah, so I think it's better, and maybe some of the governor in some local province governor, they will. I think I will promote my province to be how to say, like a craft beer town. So okay, I will take it easy to the permit and allow a lot of something like that.
That could happen too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it happened around the world. It's not rocket science policy.
Except Thailand now. ครับคุณเท่าขอบคุณครับ From what คุณเท่า suggested that after the major bill passes, there going to be other fixing in the legislation too. From your view, are there any other rules and regulations that's supposed to be fixed?
I totally agree with Kun Tao said. The progressive taxation or tax system, they're supposed to be progressive. Like small producers pay smaller tax, and big producers or the let's say ex-monopolies should pay quite a hefty tax for that. And I think the basic idea is that I think the Section 32, I think that should be fixed as well, because right now we cannot even say or even mention about alcohol. It's just like very just weird, like just the mindset towards the alcohol is just so weird. And I think that would have to change too. I think eventually we would set a committee. If I just correct me if I'm wrong, I think the government house would set up a small committees towards to conduct studies on this alcohol bill, so we can actually work on to see like what and this and that and etc. Eventually there will be I mean, change is due to come, and time is on our side, so I think we're okay.
I see. Thank you. This is almost running out of the time for us now. Kun Tao, would you have some final words from yourself as a small guy fighting for your dream and passion to have this become reality? Would you have some words for us?
Pray for us. I mean, like we really hope and hope not lightning start our ship and then we will sing at the shore. But I mean, don't worry, even we our ship is sinking now, but yeah, I will swim to the shore.
Wow.
And like I will keep going. I will find new ship, salvage the previous one, or building the bigger ship, and yeah, we will get to the shore together. So remember, and if you are Thai and watching this, harass your MP go to search your MP in your constituent name and then text them, messaging them and call out that you want this beer. You want to brew beer at home. You want home brewing to be hobby. If you don't vote for Tao, I wouldn't vote for you anymore in the next term. Yeah.
ครับ How about ครับคุณนิก you have any call out
I do all the call outs every now and then anyway, but that's a good idea. And basically, I mean, I have nothing else to say, but thank you, Kun Tao and Kun Biyot for allowing alcohol to come this far. And I only hope that it would be there'll be greater days ahead of us. And I hope that we would. I mean, if this ship sinks, I mean, we'll find another ships, right? And because we have it's the right thing to do, and you cannot fight the right with the bad. It's the good thing, and eventually, like, we're on the winning side here, and we're on the correct side. So only time would help, and I mean time and effort. So basically, I think we're good to go, and if you can stall us for 60 days, and you can stall us for 6 years, we'll be here. If not us, and then there'll be another generation trying to whoop your butts.
That very good conclusion. Thank you for joining us today. The Nation
Thank you so
Roundtable.
much.
คุณ Taopiphop Limjittrakorn and MP from Wood Forward Party and คุณ Anuman-Rajadhon คุณ Nick co-partner of Team Thailand Asia today and Tech and Issan from Distillery ขอบคุณมากๆครับ สวัสดีครับ
ขอบคุณครับ Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.